Hello, my beauties. Today we have a very special guest today with us, and this is Irina Busurina, the Juicy Life. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And who is that? Who is that with us today?
Hello, my name is Hari Kalimnios, and I help people feel superhuman.
What is a superhuman?
Well, really, imagine you on your best day,
Yeah.
and kind of 10x in that, where everything's flowing. You've got the productivity, the focus, the relationships, the energy and vitality that you want, and you get that, 8-9 days out of 10 rather than just once in a while.
Is it possible?
It is. Yes.
So you mean you're in the flow, you're in a relationship, you have like amazing successful business and everything at once. You have that?
What I'm saying is it's more of that feeling. So
Feeling.
So it's not
feeling as if you would be in a successful relationship.
well, feeling in terms of having the health, vitality and energy that you
Yeah.
need in order to execute on anything you want. Because it's all well and good having the goals and the strategies and the ambitions to change the world and do things like that, but ultimately for me it fundamentally comes down to energy. And if you've got the energy and the focus and you're on point mentally, physically, emotionally and spiritually, then you can accomplish pretty much anything. So that's what superhuman means to me. It's not about doing cartwheels down the street or holding your breath for half an hour. It's about which are things, right? And you can do those things, of course, but it's more about having the health, vitality and energy to do anything that you want and not be limited because you don't have that in you.
And what kind of energy do you speak about? What is this kind of how could you describe this energy?
Well, it's more of a physical energy, right? So
like your biceps power or
yeah, not quite like that. Okay, put it this way. It's more like having the energy of like a 5-year-old. Okay? So 5-year-olds, they are, they're running about, they've got loads of energy, they're curious about the world. They're my greatest teachers, 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, that kind of age range. So it's kind of having that kind of exuberance for life, and really, so that, a lot of people, they're sleepwalking through life, and they're
sleepwalking through life.
Yeah.
How does it look like, the sleepwalking?
Well, you just need to go down to any city at kind of 8:45 in the morning as they're walking to work, and you see
go
that.
on the metro,
Yeah,
London traffic metro.
That's it,
people
and that's what
with
you see,
faces on
and
it.
that's where I started from, right? I started in the city, and I started doing that, and I felt.
What city did you say?
London, City of London. So I used to work at the London Stock Exchange many years ago, and I just saw colleagues not living fully, and then I started uncovering some truths about.
I mean, they do
reality.
live fully until the Friday, right? From Friday to Sunday. This is
that was
the life.
that was kind of my thing. Is you do the Monday to Friday. You have all these
Yeah.
ambitions that you got to do something on the weekend. You got to start that new book. You got to build that new business. And then Friday night comes. You have a few drinks. Saturday night you're a little bit hungover, or at least I was maybe. And then before you know it, Monday rolls around, and you do the whole cycle over and over, and you're on this kind of treadmill. And really it's not to say that that's a bad thing or a good thing, it's just some people want to do it. Yeah, some people want to do that, but even if you're within that corporate environment or any environment, for me it's about how can you live fully whilst there, and you're not reliant on coffee to wake you up and wine to get you to sleep, and and on all these other things. It's actually how can you live
What are
fully?
these other things?
Well, what
Coffee,
are people?
coffee,
Yeah,
coffee
junk,
to wake you up.
junk food,
alcohol
junk
to
food to make you
sleep.
feel good.
Junk food for gratification. What else?
Yeah,
What else do we have?
I mean, what do people normally do? I mean,
Relationship-wise, sexually-wise, how would you describe?
I mean, that might be sleeping with people that you don't really like. I mean, this is not my area of expertise.
You mean Tinder explorations?
No. I mean,
Alright.
well, I mean, Tinder's a whole other story, right?
What kind of story?
Okay, so I just think because now, right, what the challenge that we've got is we live in this world where there's so much choice,
Yeah.
and people are whether it's swiping left or right for a relationship or trying to get the best deal for something.
Swiping right and left for relationships. Are you guys doing that?
Well, is it right for a relationship, left for no, whatever it is, but whatever you're doing,
Swiping.
because there's so much choice and there's so many things. It's the next thing that people don't actually stick with things.
Yeah.
It's just everyone wants the quick fix, and I'm not into the relationship part of thing in my business. I'm more into the personal side, but
personal stuff affects relationships.
yeah, but what I'm saying within that is that say within health and vitality and energy, people want that quick fix. Yeah, they want that 7-minute workout. They want that one kind of juice detox that's going to get them sorted. And actually, the reality is you have to put the work in for anything in life, right? Whether it's a relationship, whether it's your health, whether it's a business, there's just no shortcuts. And any shortcuts that you think that you're seeing is just the top of the kind of iceberg, and you're not seeing all the stuff that goes beneath it.
Yeah.
And those things are like, and if it does look easy and it came easy to someone, it's probably not easy.
How did you make this actually transition from a stock exchange in London to now vitality advisor? How would you call yourself?
That's a good question.
Speaker, author, facilitator, coach,
I don't mind the vitality advisor, consultant, whatever. I mean, basically, long story short, because it is a long story.
We won't take it as short.
Tick redundancy. Started getting into personal development. Started seeing people who were like living at a much higher level than I was witnessing. Like people who were like twice my age, but had the energy, like I say, of a 5-year-old. Started getting curious about what they were doing, what other people were doing, and when I started learning a lot of these things and putting the puzzle together, I felt it was my obligation to share it with people. Because I felt it was a bit of a shame if knowledge comes into me and stays in me. And so I decided to learn how to speak in public and do YouTubes and videos and books and all that sort of stuff to get what I was learning and what I was discovering out to more people.
Why would actually a stock exchanger go into personal development if you like in the circle of coffee Monday to Friday, alcohol over the weekends, quick fix with people he don't like? Really?
I mean, I guess it's all about...
What was it like your click that actually made you go this path and made you realize things and change things in your life?
Well, while I was at the stock exchange, so I will say I wasn't a trader or anything like that. I was working within IT and project management and things like that within the exchange. But I'd already been into things like NLP, like neuro-linguistic programming, and personal development. And I'd done that for a few years, but then it was really, I was waiting for that, that sign, that aha moment where the heavens part and suddenly you're told by the universe what you're supposed to do with your life. And
did you have this?
No, never happened. So
maybe it comes.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think what it is more of like a little I think it's like a little drip, right, where you get like a little bit of stuff. And I thought if ever there was an opportunity, it was redundancy, because this was back when the whole financial crisis was going on. It was a couple of years later and they were
2008?
Yeah, so 2008, but we carried on making cuts in personnel till 2010, and my team all got made redundant, but they didn't make me redundant. And then I managed to orchestrate getting redundancy, because I thought if ever there was a sign and then you got a bit of a payout, and so I had a bit of a cushion to explore other things, that was it. And so I fought for some redundancy, and I thought now's the opportunity to start doing something. And I enrolled in an NLP course and all the personal development stuff, and was searching for something more than what I was currently experiencing.
The searching for something bigger, the search for something different.
I guess like a lot of people are like that I've interacted with, where we're looking for something, I don't know, answers to something. Whether we get any answers, who knows?
I'm actually super curious, like, about this thing that is on the back of your shirt. Maybe could you just take it off and show it to us, like those things?
Take off the shirt, right?
Come on, audience, female audience, gonna love it, because actually on the back of his shirt is like the amazing concept. All right. So here we go.
This is a bit of a longer story, but effectively this is what goes into health, vitality, and energy.
So let's explain that.
So it's the centre circle. It's the centre. So long story short, I discovered there were hundreds of things that could go into health, vitality, and energy. And when I looked at everything I'd made as changes in my life, I noticed that they all went into one of 4 areas. Four areas.
4 areas.
Okay, and I call this thing the leadership beat model. Right.
Leadership?
Beat. As in beat. Beat of the drum.
Brain.
B for brain, E for elements, A for activity, and T for tranquility. Okay, and it's about brain, how do you live life on beat, right? So if you're feeling
boom, 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 boom.
So if you're feeling off beat, what is it you're missing from one of those 4 areas? And each of those areas, like for example, brain is a metaphor for your psychology, your mindset. Your psychology, your mindset, education, growth, learning, things like that. So they're all important. And for me, my brand is called, I say the Thought Gym, because it's all training the mind first, okay?
Thought Gym.
The Thought Gym, because...
Like you gym your thoughts.
Effectively, because most people, they try and make changes, or they try and do things, and they try and change your behaviour, but they don't address the mindset behind the behaviour, whether that's join the gym in January and give up by February, or start a new diet craze and then stop that, or say they're going to exercise and don't, whatever it is, until you change the mindset that drives that behavior, you're not going to make changes. So for me, it all starts with mindset. Anything starts with mindset, like in terms of health, vitality, energy.
It's what would you say yourself what you would do, and which kind of excuses you will find to not to go to the gym, or not to do the workout, or stay in bed, or procrastinate on social media instead of going and doing your practice. Or
and it's not about discipline. That's the thing, is that I feel like I need to put this back on because I'm not going to explain too much more on that, but like
the other 3 elements, come on.
All right, okay, right.
I know you like to show your beautiful body to our audience, but let's go to the element of water, because what is crazy interesting about this concept is that it all has the elements. Right?
So effectively, B is the psychology part, the brain bit, education, growth. Elements is all about how you nourish your body. Okay, so it's about, so there's 5 elements in my model here: air, water, earth, fire, and ether. And they're all metaphors for how you nourish your body. For example, air is a metaphor for things like breathing, pranayama, other breathwork practices, some of the ones we've done here recently. Water is about water, although there's a lot more to it than that. Earth is about the food that you get from the earth, as well as
the activity.
It's
still in the
it's
elements.
all in here. So earth is about your relationship to the earth, like grounding, earthing, but also food.
This is basically energetic and physical nourishment.
This is
Could you say that?
It's and fire's about sunlight, vitamin D, being outdoors, and ether's about your environment around you. So that's how you nourish your body, basically.
The activity?
Activity is about the things that you do in a day. So it's not just about exercise, okay, but more than that, it's movement. But even beyond that, it's things like having fun, play. Passion, purpose, like connection, like human connection, touch. Your rituals, your habits, offering yourself in service, like volunteering. All of these things energize you. If you think about, when you're volunteering somewhere and you haven't had much sleep and you haven't eaten well, but you're excited because you're in service of other people.
It's like how, like, this is the energy, like how hype we're on the conferences or retreats.
And how much energy was there around the last few weeks here, and it was all, and that wasn't coming from sleep or good food, because it hasn't been good food or sleep here, right? It's all come from the connection piece, right? So that's what activity is all about. And then finally, most people, especially people I work with, like change makers, people that want to change the world, they're always driving, and they don't rest. Okay, so the last section is called tranquility.
It's actually the counterbalance of activity, isn't it?
It's basically how you rest, repair, recuperate. So that's sleep, massage, meditation, fasting, digital nutrition, time off, holidays, other kind of therapeutic work that you might do.
Self-reflection time.
Maybe it's journaling, maybe, it's all the kind of bits that are going to restore balance to the body. And, you're never going to have all of these always at 100%, because sometimes to make one better, like say connection, this last couple of weeks, I had to sacrifice sleep a little bit, right? Or at least I chose to sacrifice sleep. So there's always a little bit of a balance. And the idea with this is that you have awareness about what takes you on and off balance, or on and off beat, and you get to make a decision about, do I have that slice of pizza? Do I have that, that 2 hours of sleep? But you know what you need to get back on balance, and it's usually not like coffee or alcohol.
Are you comfortable like that?
Am I what? Comfortable like this?
You actually should put this to the front.
Well, maybe on the next.
Then you can explain like that.
On the next t-shirt, maybe. But normally I probably had another shirt in there with it, so I probably didn't need to take this off. But now, I'm back on.
And guys, how did you like it? How did you like the concept?
So how do you live on beat, right? And if you're feeling off beat, where do you need to focus from the B, E, A, and T that day, that moment, that hour, in order to get back on beat? Is it having the smoothie? Is it going out for a walk in nature? Is it drinking more water? Is it connecting with people? But once you understand, obviously I've explained it in 5 minutes, but you could go 5 years explaining this.
Of course.
So, but it's understanding fundamentally that there's many, many different factors that go into it. It's not, I've done an 8-week mindfulness course and now all my problems are solved, right? Mindfulness is great. It's actually it's on the front of my shirt. Mindfulness. Mindset, nutrition.
What's that? What is nutrition?
So what I tried to do with this
movement and nutrition.
It's if you imagine that this is kind of the mindset is the B part.
Yeah.
The nutrition is the E and the A part put together.
Yeah.
And the mindfulness is kind of the tranquility side.
Yeah,
So I basically just try to put 3 words to encapsulate the whole beat model.
So it's actually body, mind, and soul. Actually, concept of yoga.
It's everything. That's
differently,
hence I've got the double yin yang which I created to kind of represent the 4 key areas, but also balance and having like you know, a little bit of good and bad.
If this is yin and yang, what are those two?
Well, these actually represent. You know, this is representing, in my view, the brain element, the elements, the activity, the tranquility. So it's representing that. I mean, it could represent mind, body, spirit, whatever. But for me, it's those 4 sections. So this represents each of those 4 sections, and having those all in balance to then create the health, vitality, energy, and superhuman living that you really want.
Okay. So how would you actually recommend like to bring in balance all of those 4 elements? What are like the top 3, let's say, rules or guidances from you how we can keep that?
Okay. What I would say, if you want to say 3 things that are going to help you feel superhuman, I say to people, think about a high performance vehicle, right? A high performance car, right? Yeah. Now the high performance car I've got in my mind it is a BMW, right? And the reason I say BMW,
which model?
It could be any model, but maybe an M model, an M3 or something or other, whatever. But if you think BMW, right? BMW is a high performance vehicle, and if you want to feel high performance and energized at any moment of the day, but especially think about this in the morning, think about B standing for breathing. Okay, do some sort of breathing practice first thing in the morning, whether that is a mindfulness meditation, whether that is a Wim Hof kind of power breathing, whether that's something else.
Pranayama, yoga, so whatever.
So that's the B.
Conscious breathing.
Yeah. The M stands for movement. Okay, so move your body. If it's 5 minutes in the morning, do 5 minutes. I was often in these lectures at the back of the room, just stretching and moving every few minutes, going out to try and do like some yoga or handstands or something like that, just to move my body.
Handstand in the morning is a beautiful thing. Instead of coffee.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So B for breathing, M for movement, and then W for water. Okay. Water. Drink lots of water. Right. Yeah. Long story short, you just need to check your pee. I mean.
What is pee?
Your urine. When you go to the toilet, just check the colour. When you go into the toilet.
What colour do you need to have your pee?
It would be virtually.
In our juicy life.
Virtually clear.
How was your pee today? What is your pee colour?
If that's the one tip I can give you for energy, or like, you know, just check that and just try and make it like, it wouldn't be 100% clear as water, but like it will be just virtually clear. And if it's not, then you need to drink more water.
Oh.
That's it.
That's
it. You know, obviously there's a bit more to it than that, but that's the advice I can give you now is breathe, move, and water. BMW.
And check your pee.
Yeah, check your pee. Check your pee, and if it's all clear, then you're all clear. If it's not clear, then you need to probably do something about it. Okay, you know, and you'll be surprised how much more energy you get just doing that one thing.
But just go to the toilet and look down. What do
you see? What do you see? When I give talks and I say this to rooms of hundreds of people, it always gets a bit of a laugh. But you know, they always come to me like, especially if it's a conference and I'm there for a few days, they come and they go, oh, you know, I've been doing this, and because like you can do it, like, you know, every time you go to the toilet, you know.
Harry, my pee's green.
Yeah, and then they see me and they're always with a bottle of water and they're like, look, I'm drinking more, and I'm like, you know, if you can drink like half a litre of water first thing in the morning when you wake up, you know, that's the first thing you should be reaching for, or your significant other, not your phone, not the coffee.
I saw your pee.
No, you don't want to look at other people's pee necessarily, not unless you're invited to. Maybe Donald Trump wants to do that, I don't know. But there we go.
Honey, I just saw your pee colour this morning. Here's a glass of water. How mindful we are towards each other.
That's it. Do that. Help your partner out. Give them some water. That's it. So there we go. There is my entire philosophy in 5 minutes. But there we go. And that's what. and this is what I do, and this is how I feel good. Yeah. You know, I don't leave things to accident. I used to leave things to accident, as like, you know, you wake up on the wrong side of the bed or this, that, the other. But actually, truth be told, we're in control of like our experience in life. Really, you know, we can't control the events, but we can control the experience.
Could you tell some fuck up story to us?
Fuck up stories. I mean, the one that just jumped to mind is one time I was doing I was doing a talk for like one of my books, a book launch type thing, and
what kind of book?
The first one I wrote, which was all about mindset, about how to change the mindset before you can then make changes.
What is the book title?
The Thought Gym. So it's the same as my brand, the Thought Gym, and it's all about changing the mindset. But I came to this book launch to do a thing, and they had recently changed the format. So they used to be all free, and then they started charging people to come to these things, and no one turned up. So literally, like, no one turned up at this thing, and you know what I thought? I was like, it's still good. It's still good because someone invested in me to kind of bring me there. It's a learning opportunity, and it's going to create a story in the future, you know, for me. So that was a little bit of a fuck up. I mean, there's so many. I mean,
no, it's okay. One is enough.
One is enough.
I
don't need to go too far down that rabbit hole because I don't want to get depressed about it.
One day you woke up and your pee was orange.
Yeah, that's usually after a bit of alcohol and probably taking weird supplements or something like that. Then you might get a different colour.
And violet one?
I've never had violet. Maybe if you had a lot of aubergine, I don't know whether that would do it for you. Maybe grapes, maybe grapes. But no.
Or too much curacao cocktail.
Yeah. That's never happened to me.
Okay, what would you like to see more in the world?
I guess what I would like to see more of in the world is compassion for each other. And look, at the end of the day, we're all on this massive spaceship, right, called Earth, and we are all part of the same human race, and we all have the same hopes and dreams. We want to keep our family safe, we want to have a happy life, we want to do all these sorts of things. And when we start putting divisions and labels like countries and borders and religions and all of that, and we see differences when actually we're more similar than different, and I think like having understanding, compassion for each other and each person's beliefs and desires in life, I think will go a long way to making the world a more unified place.
So you mean that different people with different skin color might have the same color of their pee?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow!
We're
guys.
all made of the same stuff, right? We're all made of the same atoms, the same chemicals as, well, to be honest, as the rest of the planet and the sun. So we're all the same, yeah?
All the same.
We're all the same.
Deep inside, we're all the same. We all have the same pains, same pleasures, same loves.
That's it.
What would you like to see less in this world?
What would I like to see less of in this world? I guess it's...
You guess?
Well, I would say... what's the word? I don't want to say falseness or fakeness. I think it's... Basically, I think we've been shielded from a lot of truths. So one of the things I learned as I was going in this journey, reading lots of books, is that how we've been brought up in the world, is not really how it is. Okay, there's a lot of things out there in the world that we've been told it's some way, but it's really all just bullshit. And so we probably need to kind of think about what we're being told a little bit more, read around lots of subjects, meet lots of people, and start not relying so much on media and news and hearsay and whatever else, and actually start exploring and discovering, because I think there's too much bullshit out there.
Yeah. So how could people actually know what is the bullshit and how and what is not bullshit? Basically,
when you start noticing patterns, if you start exploring enough and you don't rely on one source of information, whether that's the news or whether that's the newspaper or whether that's a certain group of friends, and you start interacting with a wide range of people, listening to a lot of different sources,
you're questioning yourself
and experiencing things for yourself, right? Like going to that country that you're told is like hates your country or whatever it is, and you realise that actually they're all kind of cool people, or
they have the same problems as you in your country, right?
Yeah, exactly. So experience is often the best teacher, and you can get that experience personally. You can also read about lots of people's experiences in books to get an idea, but as you start to read 10 books, 100 books, 1,000 books, and you notice the patterns, and you interact with 1,000 people, you notice the patterns, and then you can start to piece things together. I don't know, I haven't got all the answers, I haven't even got 100th of the answers, but understand some of that.
Harry, what is your secret that you would like to share with the world? One little secret.
One little secret.
It's very, very important. Very, very important.
What's the one little secret?
One little secret. About the backflips? No.
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 That nothing lasts. Okay? Everything in life is transient. So when you're having a great day, enjoy it because that's not going to last. When you're having a shitty day, don't wallow in it because that's not going to last. Okay?
Yeah.
If you can understand that one concept in life, that everything in life is transient and that this too shall pass, you can get through any adversity.
What is your animal sound?
What is my animal sound?
Yeah. What is your like superstar animal or like avatar animal?
I'm gonna go for lion. Two reasons. One because I watched The Lion King last night in this amazing Colosseum here in Pula. And secondly because sometimes when I teach yoga I get people to do a lion's breath and this is what I normally get them to do.
Can you show us?
Yeah, I'll show you guys. So I do an inhale and then you stick your tongue out and you go and yeah, we do that sometimes in some of my classes. So there you go.
Now you show me mine.
Show you what?
Yeah.
Say it again.
Yeah.
Okay. And luckily
how many times
normally I do it like 3 times in the class.
Okay.
So you want me to do one more time?
Yeah.
All
but
right.
like let's do it to each other.
Do it to each other.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's it. That's just 3. That's all you need.
That's all.
That's all you need.
That was Hari. How?
Hari Kalimnios. That's my surname. Yeah.
Hari.
It's a hard one to say. Hari Kalimnios. Oh, Harry. Harry. There you go.
Harry the Thought Gym.
Harry the Thought Gym. There you go.
And Irina the Juicy Life Coach. Mwah! Much love to you guys.